Hey guys, what's going on? Quick update before I get into the regular video. I just want to let you guys know what I've been doing and why it's been so long since I put up a video. I've been on vacation and I'm still on vacation. I'll be here for a few more weeks, but I do have some videos to put up for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get on that now that I have Wi-Fi. But I wanted to let you guys know, if you guys want to see what I'm doing, you guys can always follow my Instagram. It's linked down below. If you guys want to see more of that, leave a comment down below. If you want to see any vlogs, not very good at those, but I will try if that's something that you guys want to see. So let's go ahead with part 11. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to part 11 of my DIY wide body kit. Now in this episode, we are going to be working with the mold that I made in the last video. When I made that mold, I waxed between the two layers, between the primer and the gel coat. Well, I didn't wax as well as I could have, so when I was pulling it off, it ended up pulling the foam plug that I had and the clay with it, so I had to scrape all that out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plug and I'm going to clean it up. So here's the car now. Like I said, it pulled it off. That's just tape on it now, so that's fine. So this is the inside of the mold. As you can see, there's some places where the primer is still on it, but the general shape of it is pretty good. There's a couple little divots here and I'm not sure why it did that. So I'm gonna have to figure that out when I go to make my next mold. But I don't think it's gonna be too big of a deal for pulling a mold for the fender. So the hardware areas look pretty good, pretty happy with those. I've got to finish getting some of the clay out of here, it's still in there. But as an overall, completed piece, I'm pretty happy with my very first mold, because this is something I've never done before. So anyways, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim up all of this excess fiberglass and get it out of the way, so that way I can wet sand in here, clean this up a little bit and remove the rest of it, and then also degrease it so I can start waxing it. This time I'm going to put several layers of wax on. I'm going to do it much better, so that way when I go to pull a fender out of this, it's ready to go. Alright guys, well I've cleaned up the mold so far. Gotten it fairly clean. I'm pretty happy with where it's at. It's not perfect, but all I need to do is pull a fender out of it so that way I can be working with that fender instead of trying to spend a lot of time fixing this mold that's never going to be 100% perfect anyways. So next step is I'm going to go ahead and wax the mold quite a bit. I'm going to try and get a lot in here so that way it pulls out really, really easily this time instead of like it did on the plug in the last episode. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on waxing the mold. Alright guys, well the mold is as prepared as it's going to be. So I've gotten it waxed and everything, it's all prepared. The only other thing I gotta do to prepare the mold is to spray it with PVA. That's why this video is taking so long to get out for you guys, is I was waiting on the PVA to come in and get shipped here to the house. So what I can do now is spray it with PVA, but first I'm gonna pre-cut all of the sheets of fiberglass that I need. I've got some woven mat here, and then I've also got some chop strand mat. So I'm going to be cutting pieces for that to go in here, so that way it's all ready to go and I don't have to cut extra pieces in the middle of fiberglassing the fender. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on cutting these. Alright guys, well here is the inside of my mold. I've got about 4 total layers. Obviously it overlaps in some spots, which is good. I'm probably going to add a little bit down here, 1 extra layer, just to strengthen that edge. And then I think everything else is really good. I know in there is really layered in this this area. So that should be fine. I'm pretty happy with everything. It seems like it's going to be really strong. So next thing to do is just spray the inside of the mold with PVA, and then just coat the entire thing with resin. So that would be the next thing I do. Alright guys, well unfortunately where this video was supposed to go to was completing the first fender and pulling that out of the mold, but unfortunately the PVA that I ordered, tried to get it to the garage in time, but it didn't end up working out as far as the timeline goes. So all that I have left to do is spray the entire mold with PVA, and then complete the mold making process on that, and then I can separate the two. But I wanted to make sure that I use a proper release agent for it, because I had so much issue with the mold release wax that I used. So I'll end up using both, but I have the right stuff now. I'm sorry it wasn't as productive as it needed to be and as I wanted it to be, but with time and me leaving for this trip, it just made it really difficult. I do have more videos to upload, so you guys can check those out. I actually have some install videos that I did, so a little bit different. I'm still working on the wide body, obviously, but I wanted to kind of change it up and add some variety to the channel, because that's something I do want to be doing in the future. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can check those out. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. If you guys have any comments or questions about the mold making process that I'm doing, or questions about the car, or you guys want to see more of what's going on my trip, just leave a comment down below, and then I will try and respond back to you guys as much as possible. If you guys want to see more of pictures that I post on Instagram, you guys can always follow my Instagram. It will be linked down below, and like I said, when I get back I will finish the car and it's going to be amazing. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for all the the support and for all the new subscribers. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day.